Dwight Suderman is in studio this morning. I overheard you talking to Ty Hildebrandt. Which number is this marathon for you?
I think it's number 42. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think it's about the 42nd marathon in my life that I've run. So almost an average of one a year.
That's a lot of marathons, Dwight.
It is.
Of course,
I'd like to get to number 50 yet, maybe before I quit, but we'll see.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, of course, we are talking about the marathon, probably the most recognized marathon in the world, the
Correct.
Boston Marathon.
Correct.
Has this always been a goal for you?
I think so. I started running in 1979. I was a 22-year-old and running. I heard about the Manitoba Marathon. Oh, that's something I'd like to try. But then shortly thereafter, I'd heard, oh, Boston, that one's been going since turn of the century, and even before that. And so I read about that more and more, and I guess I'd like to get there. And
here you are.
Yeah, here I am. I'm 68, and this will be my first time. It's amazing.
Amazing. Have you ever been to Boston before?
Once, yeah, about 2018 or so, I think I went. Yeah,
all right.
My wife and I. Yeah.
Okay, so as you prepare for the Boston Marathon, I mean, I can't even believe we're talking about this. I think this is just incredible.
It's amazing.
April 20th, It's under a month away. Who's coming with you?
Yeah, thanks for asking. My fine wife, is coming with me, and her sister and her husband. So yeah, we've got a party of 4 in total going, and so I imagine I'll see them at the finish line somewhere. So that'd be good.
Do you get nervous? Is there a performance anxiety type?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get nervous.
So does it make you more nervous when people are there to watch you, or
No.
Where do the nerves come from? Like what do you think you're nervous about?
Good question. I think it's running the right pace and to achieve the time I'm going for. I'm always a little nervous that I might run out too fast a pace and then not have enough at the end to get what I have trained for or what I've tried to accomplish.
Yeah.
So it's pacing is mainly the nerves, and being swept up in a big run like a marathon, especially Boston Marathon, where there's 35,000 people there. They don't all start at the same time, but anyway, there's big crowds of runners here, right? And I might be swept up in the pace that people beside me are going, and they may be wanting to go faster than I want to go. You just got to pick a place where you hope you're all running about the pace that you want to run.
Right, because are you categorized in waves according to other people who have a similar time as you?
I believe so, yeah. So there's 4 different waves and spaced out about 12 minutes apiece each. So I think I'll be in about the 3rd wave, maybe the 4th, depends.
Okay.
I'm not as fast as I used to be. So
well, that I think was a natural thing, and I think when it comes to a marathon, being fast, I mean, you want to beat your time. But what is your pacing?
Good question. It's more or less. I think I could almost go the same pace the whole time. Would be one thought, like let's say 8 minutes and 45 seconds a mile. If I could do that the whole way, I'd have a good time. But knowing reality, I probably run a little faster in the first half and then start slowing down in the second half of the race. And then it's just trying to keep one foot in front of another, especially in the last 6 miles, as I was mentioning to Ty. There's some pretty big hills at miles 16 to 21 going uphill. So,
ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you have that pace in your head? Like I can imagine.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, like you can hear it.
It's going to be about 9-minute miles. That's basically what I'm trying to run.
Can you example like how
6 miles an hour, a bit more than 6 miles an hour the whole way?
How fast would that be? Like your feet hitting if you could clap it out?
It's 3 steps per second. But so that's the
like that.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
That's fast.
It depends. Yeah, it's getting there. I think the gait, or whatever you call it, the gait analysis, it's often been for me 3 steps per second, but just now the steps aren't quite as long as they used to be. That's why I guess I'm slower. My gait,
a shorter stride.
My gait is probably still the same as it always was.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Right.
All the major shoe brands now offer something with a sort of like a steel plate, they call it. It's not really it's very thin, but it's very bouncy. So it really reflects back the energy that you land with. You spring back up with the same energy. So it's the newest technology. Oh. And I'm not sure. I think it's totally legal now in the marathons, but you're getting the top runners in the world are now approaching 2 hours flat for running 26.2 miles.
Whoa.
So divide that math or make that math work. It's 13 miles an hour they're running. I know.
That's incredible.
That's double what I'm running.
Do you have these shoes?
No. Maybe they're always in the $300 and up range.
That's no problem.
What
kind of shoes are you wearing? What's your favorite?
Well, I have now I'm wearing these Newton shoes. They're, I guess, modeled after Isaac Newton, the name. But I run in all kinds. Like I used to run in Newtons for many years, but it's an American brand. And like a lot of Canadians, I'm looking for options, alternatives now to American-made stuff. Just a little FYI, that's all.
Okay.
And I'm looking at Adidas or On Running. On Running is made in Switzerland. Adidas sort of I think was made in Germany to start with at least. So there's other brands. Asics is Japanese. Mm-hmm. So I've run in all those before too.
Yeah.
So they're all good runners.
Okay, but it does make a big difference in how you run.
It's somewhere like you want as light as you can with still nice shock absorption and cushioning, right? And stability. So those are all features I want, and I want lightness. So yeah, these Newton shoes have been always good shoes in that sense. They are always fairly light and fairly simple structure, but effective. And my feet and legs don't get hurt in them. That's another thing. You don't want injuries too much from just because you made a wrong shoe choice, right? So,
right. Yeah. I really want you to have those really expensive shoes just to see if there's a big difference.
There is one pair of Newtons I do have right now. I do have this carbon plate. Carbon, that's the answer, not steel. Carbon structure in them, and they were $230. So I save them mostly just for marathons and races. So
I would say if anyone's going to buy a $230 shoe, it should be you, Dwight.
Well,
because anyone else, if I buy those shoes, I'm not going to. What's
wasted?
The point?
It's wasted?
It'd be like if you would buy like the best vocal singing microphone that you possibly could.
Are you calling me a bad singer?
Are you calling me a bad runner? Oh, I love that. Now, let's dive into a bit of the history of the Boston Marathon. You mentioned it's been around since the turn of the century.
Yes.
So
the previous century.
The previous century. So we're talking like 1899 into 1900.
1897 is the first one.
97.
Yeah,
wow.
It was after 1896 Olympics happened, and then they wanted to start a marathon after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there have been, the Boston Marathon has had its share of scandals.
All kinds of things have happened. Yes. So one of the ones that happened was in 1980, and there was a lady named Rosie Ruiz who started the marathon and was probably a pretty good runner, but she made some choices that are interesting. She ducked out somewhere on the course, probably early on, and she got off the course and got a ride close to the finish line, snuck back onto the course and finished, and she won. Oh. Yeah, and she was given the first prize and everything, right? And
yes.
Unbelievable. But officials were suspicious. She didn't look tired enough. Mm-hmm. And they then went through videotapes that they had along the course. In subsequent days, they looked at the videotapes and realized she doesn't show up in any of these videotapes. so at mile 15, no Rosie Ruiz, and so they basically disqualified her, and then they made the next person that came across the finish line, the next woman to come across the finish line, the winner, and that was Jacqueline Giroux, a Canadian.
Wow.
So she won the Boston Marathon, although she didn't get any of the accolades on race day. She was declared the winner 8 days afterwards.
I mean, I just can't figure out why would this rosy. Why would you even do that?
I know.
What's the point? You could have just stayed home and not ran.
No, she went for her 5 minutes of fame.
I guess so. Could have gone on The Price is Right or
she
something.
maybe just ran for 5 minutes.
Wow. Well, we're still talking about her, so she got it. That's
she
for
got
sure.
her fame. Yes.
Speaking of women running the Boston Marathon in 1897, it didn't start with women being able to run.
They didn't start running in the Boston Marathon until 1966.
Oof.
Quite a ways later, right?
Yes. Finally, men discovered that women, in fact, do have legs and feet.
Oh, they've always noticed legs, haven't they?
I think so.
Did I say that?
And they can run.
Yeah.
So there is a story that you shared with me off the mic, and maybe you can share with our listeners, of one woman in particular who ran and she was not very welcomed.
Oh, yes. Okay. So in 1966, the first runner was a lady named, Bobby was her first name. But she didn't even try to register. She knew she was not welcome as a woman. Mm-hmm. So she dressed up probably, what's the term? She just didn't look feminine. Okay.
More masculine.
Right. Yeah. And she ran as an undocumented runner, an unregistered runner, and she was able to finish. She did it in 3 hours and 21 minutes. But the next year, 1967, a Catherine Switzer decided she was going to run, and she's registering. She's doing it all proper. I need to show that I belong in this race. She registered, and then along the course, some of the people, including executives in the Boston Marathon, decided no, that a woman is not supposed to run. And they actually confronted her, and one man assaulted her a couple of times. And, she went on to actually finish the race and became the first documented woman finisher in the Boston Marathon. And strangely enough, this man that assaulted her and this Catherine Switzer, they became friends in the years thereafter, which is very interesting. Maybe that shows forgiveness, right?
Maybe.
Yes.
You know what? Sometimes someone pushes you around, but in the end, you find out they're not so bad.
Right.
That being said, don't let people push you around.
Exactly.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, there's some great stories in there, for
I
sure.
love that. The history of the Boston Marathon. Well, Dwight, I wish you well. I understand you've been training far away from home. You were running on a beach.
Yes, that's right. I ran in, we were 3.5 weeks, we were in Barbados.
Oh.
Actually, that's how they say it. It's
that how
Barbados.
they say it?
We say Barbados, but they say Barbados.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So that's this island in the Eastern Caribbean. And so I was there for a while. And I ran along the coast, which is flat. But then if you ran inland, I got hill training in. And of course, I got heat training in too, because there was nothing but heat there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Is it going to be hot April 20th in Boston?
It could be anything. It could
be raining.
it could be like today here in southern Manitoba, like 1 degree, but it looks like it's going to be about 11 degrees, but it could be as hot as 25. So there's a whole range there of possibilities.
11 is good for running, isn't it?
11 is a nice running temperature.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, I wish you well in your run.
Yeah.
I know that no matter what, you're going to do great. And you have the support of your family.
I'm hoping to beat 4 hours. So, my family is going to be there direct. So it's going to be an awesome time. I'm really looking forward to it. And the day after the marathon, we go to see Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees baseball game. So I'm looking forward to that too.
It's like a little treat after.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you should go see like a Boston tribute band.
Yes, that's not a bad